Precision move, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend, I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits call.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Somebody give me a sound check. Give me a mic check, a screen check. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I got some very cool news for you guys today. Let me see if you guys hear me. See me. Tammy, good morning, good morning, good morning. Multi-twins, very nice. Joe, good morning. Everybody's good. Patrick, good morning. Good morning. Say good morning to me. I'll say good morning to you. Everybody good? I got a very special deal for you guys today. This is a deal that only I have. I have 90% off, not 80% off, but 90% off. But you got to use this very special code. You got to use this code called BKSave90. If you guys want Apex, that's literally $16 for a $50,000 account. I can't do any better than that. Let me show you how that works. If you already have an Apex account, go to Apex, log in. I'm just going to log in as myself. Log in, right? Now remember, this is only good. Oh, fuck. I always forget this. Okay, hold on a second. Great. They now have authenticators, so you have to authenticate. Second. 842-648. 842-648. Oh shit. Hold on. All right, sorry guys. This is it's annoying, but it's a good thing. 036595. Okay. All right, so go into your account, right? The only thing that's going to work for is wealth charts. So choose wealth charts, choose 50K. Watch this. It's really, really cool. Go BK Save 90. That's very, very important. You have to add the 90, right? If you add that, you go over here, you go next, and you will see $16. I cannot beat that. Nobody can beat that. So I'm the only one that has this. Go out there, go crazy with it. Have a good time. If you want this, I will repeat this. I will repeat this a little bit later, but It's a really special deal. I'll be on Wealth Charts later today, also talking about prop trading, talking about what we do live here in the room every day, and doing all sorts of good things. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody is really zeroing in on the strategy that I kind of refined for you guys yesterday. We hit literally every single trade positively. Everybody just kind of chilling in, coming into the room here. I'm gonna review the strategy with you guys right now, and then I'll review it again, and then I'll review it again. We're gonna do it 3 times every single session so that it's seared into everybody's mind, so that everybody can really understand exactly how we trade. But before I do this, I got to tell you something super interesting. Okay, so I was watching this TikTok yesterday. Where is my Twitter? All right, let's go to my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, right, which is FX Flow, if you have not followed me, then I don't know what you're doing here. Go follow me, because I post a ton of trading content on my Twitter every day. But this was the content that I really, really liked. Okay, this is Tom Brady, right? It's literally nothing to do with trading, and literally everything to do with trading. Well, Tom Brady is talking about, those of you who don't know, because you're not American, Tom Brady is considered to be the greatest quarterback in the history of American football, like the Messi of his game, literally the Messi of his game. Okay, so if you're from Europe, that's who he is. He's bigger than Messi in America. Anyways, he's talking about what he was doing in the last Super Bowl that he was in, and he said that for the 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, he would do nothing but watch the game film of his opponents, of the team they were playing. And while everybody else was partying, he was literally studying game film. And because what that helped him to do was figure out the exact defensive formation that was happening in front of him, and therefore figure out exactly what the defense was going to do, whether they're going to rush, whether we're going to come back and protect against the pass. And because he knew ahead of time, exactly, he said he knew the slightest body movement of his opponents told him what kind of a play they were going to run, right? So because he knew ahead of time with a high degree of certainty what was coming, he was able to anticipate, adjust, and basically beat them by having the better intelligence. He said, my superpower is obviously not his athleticism. He's not by far the least athletic of all the quarterbacks. It's his ability to diagnose. And I thought that was literally the single greatest trading insight I've ever heard in my life. Because if you think about what we do all day long, especially with the DOTS indicator, is we are doing nothing but diagnosing price action. And our single greatest superpower is to be able to diagnose price action with a 90 to 95% degree of accuracy. That's literally what we do, okay? Everything we do here is a function of diagnosis. I thought that was such an interesting insight into what makes success. He is the greatest football player probably in the history of NFL, and probably one of the least athletic. And it just shows you don't need to be a great trader. You need to be the smartest guy in the room. In fact, it probably hurts you. You don't need to have the fastest computer. You don't need to have the greatest algorithm. You just need to be able to diagnose better than the rest of the market. And that's literally all I try to help you guys do, okay? So be the Tom Brady of trading and diagnose. The better you diagnose, the better you trade. That's literally all it comes down to. I thought it was so cool in terms of what he had to say. So speaking of diagnosis, this is all we do in terms of diagnosing price action on a very, very short-term basis, because our job is to figure out what's the next point, 5 points, going to be. What's the highest probability the next 5 points are going to be this way or that way? And to do that, what we're trying to read as far as price action goes, the coupon entered is not valid with any products being purchased. No discount will be applied. That's because you're purchasing. Again, let me repeat myself so you guys listen. You got to buy wealth charts. Did you buy wealth charts only? If you didn't choose wealth charts, it's not gonna work. Okay? Try again. Go to wealth charts. Okay? I'm gonna log in. Well, here. I want you to go in here. Go to the dashboard. Choose wealth charts only. Okay? Wealth charts. And use BK Save 90. If it's not working after you do this, let me know. I'm logging in as myself as an individual trader. It's working for me. So if it's not working for you, I think you're doing something wrong. Okay, but let me know if more than one person is screwing this up. I will find out what's wrong. But BK Save 90 should give you. Click this button again. Type the word BK Save 90. Choose step 1, wealth charts only. Step 2, BK Save 90. Step 3, next with a button. And you should be at a full 90% discount. Yes, LC? LC, do you hear me? Do as I say. And if it doesn't work, okay, sorry. I may have made one error because I'm assuming you already have an account with Apex. If you do not have an account with Apex, the only other way to get this is to go to wealth charts. Sorry, wealth charts /Apex. This may be the problem, LC. So if you go over here, I'm gonna give you the link. I'm gonna give you the link. Okay. If you do not have an account, never had an account with Apex, then you go to wealth charts /Apex and go all the way down and choose 50,000 and say buy now and then use that code. Okay. Everybody clear? I want some yeses. I'm not talking at all until I see some yeses and you guys understand what I'm telling you, because it worked really, really hard to get you this incredible discount. I don't want anybody to fuck this up. So there's not showing any charts. I'm not doing anything until I hear some yeses from you guys that you understand that this is working for you. Does that work? Confirm to me that it's working for you guys. You can buy as many accounts as you want. He can have up to 20 accounts that are funded. So I only have like 8, 9 so far on the funded side. Again, anybody else? Did it work for you? Somebody confirm to me this is working for you. So I want to make sure that it's all working for you. Yes, no? All right, DD says it's working for him. Okay. All right. So let's go back to diagnosis. Let's go back to trading, right? What are we looking for? We're looking for 3 specific behavior patterns on price to give us a really, what I call a Tom Brady diagnosis at this point. Number 1, if we're going to trade trend, we want the short-term moving average to be above long-term moving average. So 8 above 200, right? Number 1. Number 2, we need this pattern and this pattern only in order for us to go to step 2. A white dot and a green dot. I'm assuming we were trading to the upside. If we're trading to the downside, we need a purple dot and a red dot. We got double combo. What's happening right now? You see that? So step 2 is a 3-step process. One above the other, white dot, green dot, sequentially. It doesn't have to be one after the other. It can be white dot, nothing, 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 green dot. It just can't be white dot, some other dot in between, and a green dot. That's not a pattern we want. And then the last and literally the most important aspect of the diagnosis is that the slope, the moving average itself, needs to be green. This is all for the upside. Just flip all the rules to the downside the other way. So in this particular case, 1, 2, 3, go, boom, winner. I didn't take this one because I was feeding the dogs, but I spent the whole morning just trading nothing but Nasdaq doing this, and it was just all money, all money. Even the short was a money. I traded. No, which short was this? This was the short that traded. This was a short traded that was money. Okay, it wasn't. It was literally just 5 points, but I made money here. So from 7 o'clock onward, all proper diagnosed signals were just money. So that's it. That's all we do every day, all day long, completely replicatable or replicable, completely coming up. Yellow folded news coming. What's the news? What's was that FX? Oh my God. What's the oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Not FX Street, FX. What's the other calendar? Oh, fuck me. Somebody type the name of the calendar. All right, fuck it. Not my FX book. What's the other one? FX Factory, Forex Factory. Jesus Christ. None of this matters. Even Hammock doesn't really matter. There's no news today. But actually, Joe, thanks for pointing out. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna add this to our. Where do I want to put this? Oh, hang on. Do we have a trade? Might have a trade. Oh, you see. By the way, I have the alert in the background now, and I put the alert only on Nasdaq, nothing else, because I just want to have. I didn't want to have too much noise in the background. But the alert really gives you a heads up warning, and it's just super useful, so you don't have to watch the screen the whole time. So until I even hear the audible, I don't even worry about the screen. Forex Factory. What do I want to put this? I wanted to put this into. All right, now we'll put this over here into community. I don't care. Community. Okay. But thanks, Joe. Thank you. Thanks for actually pointing out. From now on, we will, we will look at this. So core PPI, by the way, was really low, right? Really low. So that's really interesting. And but the prior was revised higher. So I think that's sort of super interesting. Because everybody is convinced that we're having inflationary pressures, but I think what you're seeing is some deflationary pressures here. Actually, you know what? I gotta say that Forex Factory is going to be. I really like what I see. What I haven't been on this calendar for a long time, but this is like the best looking calendar. Look what they're doing. Look how nice it is. They're doing the countdown. Let's see if they print right away. Pending. Let's see if they print. Well, let's see how fast this is. Pending. Maybe there's a 5-second delay. I don't even know. Huh. 77.6. Industrial production still pending. That's a good capacity utilization. Look, guys. You can have Trump derangement syndrome all you want, but the old bastard really does have a very, very focused view on reviving U.S. manufacturing. And one of the interesting things I think you find about all of this is how we're constantly surprising to the upside on manufacturing, which is a very, very good thing from a multitude of factors for the U.S. economy. I think this is pretty positive news for us. Doesn't mean anything for the market, but it's economically, it's really possible. Okay, Max. Question number one, do you have an Apex account? If you don't have an Apex account, you need to go to this website, wealthcharts/Apex, as I said, okay? And you should be able to, is there anybody else who's not, let me ask a different question. Is there anybody who's able to get the discount? And I'm not gonna, until somebody can confirm this to me, I'm not, again, I don't want to talk about trading, because I worked so hard on trying to make sure I give you guys a discount that I don't want people telling me that they're, that this is not working for them unless it's genuinely not working for them. So Lee says she just bought an account. So everybody else, you're doing it fucking wrong. Pay attention. Do it right. Okay? Cheryl got a discount. See, the ladies listen. The men are morons. Fucking listen. Right? Look at this. Every fucking lady in the room got it right. Guys, fucking listen for a second, because I'm trying to give you so much discounts here. And yes, it's only wealth charts. How many fucking times do I have to say it's only wealth charts? Exactly. It's only wealth charts. Listen the fuck up, morons, and do it properly. Joe, okay, Joe, you're an official lady for the thing, and GFAS too. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Okay, so everybody got it right. Whoever's you're fucking up, you're doing it wrong. Just listen. It's 3 simple instructions. Wealth charts only. PK save 90. Okay, do it right. I'm getting pissed because I'm giving you guys money, and you can't even do a simple fucking act. Okay, we have a potential setup again. Yeah, I'm losing as always, it's like, it's like talking to my son, I got to repeat the information 10 times over. Okay, listen. So we have a setup. Okay, again, pay attention. White dot, green dot, minute 16 on the clock, green slope. This is all looking good if it stays at this level. We got about 10 minutes before the market open. This is not an ideal time to take the trade, but I'm going to take the trade anyway, just to show you the setup. I'm going to do it in my let's do it in the 109 account. I'll call it. Remember, with 109 is kind of my garbage account. And remember what I said. I want to take great trades in my trend and counter trend account, and I want to take marginal trades in my garbage account. So we'll take this in my garbage account if the account stays there. GFAS, we're gonna focus on NASDAQ first, and then if we get a setup on S&P, we'll do that as well. So let's just focus on NASDAQ first. Nine seconds left. Let's see if this dot stays. Nope. Oh yeah, dot stays. Okay, let's go buy. Now again, I'm in my garbage account right now because this is 5 minutes before the market open, and there's usually lots of volatility. But I wanted to show you the setup, because diagnostically this is a good setup. Whether it works or not, is problematic. That's why it's time of day is a function of whether it's going to work or not. 73.50 is the target. Let's see if this plays out. But honestly, I got to tell you, the single greatest thing, and this is the reason why I give you guys a discount. This is the whole point. Buy 10 accounts and think about how you could trade trend, counter trend, and garbage account at any given time, and you will be so much better in your trading, because you're going to just basically segregate your trades into best possible trades and marginal trades, and never pollute your account by doing it. It's such an incredible opportunity here to do this. 5, come on. I was at 5. Let's go. I was right almost at 5, just could not get done. Did not get lifted on the offer. Let's see if I get lifted on the offer now. 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll stay patient with this trade. Again, I'm in my garbage account. I'm just warning everybody. So if you want to trade this in your garbage account. It's 375. I'm looking for 73.50. Can we get to 73.50? Can I get 73.50? Come on. It's teasing me, teasing me, teasing me, teasing me. And we're done. Just got to stay patient. So again, why is this a 95% setup? Because everything diagnostically was correct, more or less. Well, the only thing that was problematic was that we were in front of the open, and I just put it to the garbage account. But it was a good trade. First trade of the day, all good, and we're ready to go. Now we have a white dot, green dot, possible second sequence, but we're not going to take that because that's literally in front of the market open. So I'm just going to ignore it. Please forgive the simple question, but how do you seamlessly go from one chart to another to trade two different instruments? Oh, great question. All right. So this is the easiest way to do this, okay? Because Wally, I'm just like you. I'm pretty much retarded when it comes to running charts, right? I'm in the trading business. I'm not in the chart business. So the easiest way to do this is so you have imagine, as a matter of fact, you know what? Here's what I can do for you guys. I'm going to give you, if I go to layout, I want to do export layout, copy. So I'm going to give you this layout, and you just simply import it in. And what you do, so you see this link, you copy that link. What you do is you go to menu, layout menu, import layout, and just drop that code in here and say import. And you're going to get my layout. Now, what I do to basically copy is I just do nothing. Let's imagine I want to do another S&P, right? I go over here in three dots. I go duplicate, right? This duplicates my whole chart with the dots indicator, with the dashboard, with everything else is on here, right? All I do. Now, in this particular case, let's say we're going to make this into gold. We're going to just make this into a gold. So the first thing I do is I go MGCQ and I pull up my gold contract. So now this goes to gold, right? Then I go into simple brackets and I want to go in here, bracket settings. And I want to make sure that I have the proper gold settings. And by the way, here's what we're going to do. This is actually a perfect example. We're going to do gold settings at 8 ticks, 32 ticks. Usually we've been doing it for 1040. We're going to do this 832 just because I noticed gold sometimes has a hard time making $1, but relatively easy time making 8. So I'm going to close this, right? And now all I got to do is I'm going to rename this as GC 8 ticks. Okay. And that's how I get. And now I just go from one tab to tab to tab. Each tab has got the proper instrument and the proper stop and target set up for it already. All I got to do is hit the buy or sell button, and that's all we do. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I'll be on at 12 noon talking about prop trading. All right. NASDAQ showing another setup. So here we go. This is a setup. It's a legit setup. White dot, green dot, green slope. 26 seconds left. 5 seconds before the market opens. What do? We go to our garbage account. Because we're not going to take it in a real account because it's too close to the open. And if this thing holds, and again, it's got to hold on the close, we'll take another, what I call garbage trade, and see if it works. But it doesn't hold. Actually, the dot disappears and there's no trade. So no harm. No, it does hold. Sorry, buy. Okay, it does hold. The trade closed. But again, 3 minutes away from the open. There's no way I should be doing this trade. I'm only doing this trade for demo purposes only. This in fact, let's call it my demo account. I won't even call it my garbage account. It's sort of like it's my account to show the setups when they set up, but they shouldn't be taken. What would be the proper? Germans would have like an actual word for that, right? An account for when you want to take setups, even though they shouldn't be taken, right? That would be like a nice long German word that would describe that. Max, you the man. All right, Max, I'm sorry for yelling at you. I will, here's what I do. To make up for me yelling at you because I get frustrated, I'll give you chicken dinner for buying the accounts. Very nice. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job. Okay, you get the chicken dinner. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, now I got to stop this chicken dinner. And we're going to go back to this. See, by the way, just like with boys, what happens when you scream and yell? Things get done, right? This is, by the way, my pet peeve. Parenting is all about screaming and yelling at your children. It's never about understanding their feelings, okay? Because I know that that's something that works on me too. Only when Kathy yells and screams at me do I actually do stuff. All right, this is not going to work, and that's exactly the point of why I didn't want to take it, because we got market open. It's a typical rug pull move where they create a little bit of momentum and they just drop the hammer on it. I think on the open, probably because they had sell orders lined up and they brought it up to the highs so they can dump them and then come back and collect all the sell orders on the open. Probably. That's usually what it's usually the games that people are going to play on the open, as far as dealers go, and why 5 to 10 minutes before the open we don't trade it. We put them into the garbage account and just let the garbage account go. Now the cool thing is, because it's a garbage account, right? And let's say if I get clipped out on this trade, I'm actually going to show you how do I repair a trade. Like this is, it wasn't a bad trade. It was just a bad time trade, right? If this trade does not work, if this trade stops out, and if we have time today, hopefully we will, I'll hang with you. I'm going to hang with you guys for like 1 hour today. I started early because we have wealth charts at 12 noon. I got to get ready for that. And I'm only going to run the show till 10:30 today. But if this doesn't work out, I'm going to hopefully have some time to repair this with you and show you how to repair this. If it does work out, great. So for gold, you asked me, like right over here, gold is an 8 tick. So what I've done is if you go to gold and you go into settings, it's an 8 tick, 32 tick structure, right? Just in this, because if and I actually, I haven't looked at gold. Oh, gold is actually setting up. Oh no, it's not setting up. It's not setting up. It's a green slope, so there's no trade in gold here. And gold is look how like gold really really sucks. You got the again, this is my garbage account. So, and this is not a great setup, but like because it's a garbage account, I can sort of experiment with some of the stuff here. So in this particular case, gold has a purple, red, but a green slope. The next move after that, this really is not the right trade because you really want it to be this, and then the next trade. But if we're going to take a trade, this is not a horrible idea to short gold if I have the red dot and the red slope. It's not really a setup, but it works okay. We got stopped on NASDAQ. Not a surprise. Not a surprise on NASDAQ. Because that was did we get stopped on that? Or maybe not. No, I guess that made the Nasdaq made. Did I make money on the Nasdaq? Oh, look at this. We made money. Look at that. We got, again, lucky. This is, do not mistake this trade for success. This is sheer luck. This is why I did a bullshit trade, right? Look at what the market did. We just got a pop on the open and a drop right there. We just got lucky on the execution. That's just pure luck, okay? Do not mistake this particular trade as any kind of skill. Anyways, let's go take a look at gold because I got 15 seconds left. Again, not a setup, but kind of fun to try it with an 8-tick, 32-tick structure. So let's see if we can get this done. 4 seconds left. If this is definitely going to be a red dot. Sell. Okay. So here in this particular case, I'm going to try to go for a little bit of a shorter move, right? And we got it done quickly. And I'm really considering for gold to do an 832 instead of a 1040 split, because gold just doesn't have the push sometimes. NASDAQ has the easy push. It's 5 points on NASDAQ, 40 ticks is easy. 1 point on S&P, easy. On gold, sometimes we miss the target by literally 2 ticks. And giving up the stop budget, I think is a much lower risk. If you're at minus 3.2 on the stop budget, you're going to be most likely going to be stopped out anyways. So I would rather trade a shorter target for a shorter stop budget than I would the other way around. That's just sort of my own personal vibe on gold. You guys know I really don't trade gold in any meaningful fashion, but people like to trade gold, so so we do it for them. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We haven't even looked at the S&P. I know GFAS was telling me that the S&P had a trade, but the S&P actually did not have a trade, right? Did not show up there, baby. No green dots, so there was nothing going on here. But S&P is just another great product. The two products that I trade is S&P and NASDAQ. And honestly, I really just sort of started focusing purely trading NASDAQ. I know what I wanted to say today. Guys, very important. And those of you who are going to be in wealth charts, I'm obviously going to have a discount for you there as well. But coaching is going to be tonight. I can't do it tomorrow, so I will send out after the show today. I'm going to send out a link for anybody who wants to do coaching with me. Coaching for tonight's coaching link. Because you know why? Because Casey and the Sunshine Band is playing at the Englewood Theater tomorrow, and because I'm so old that I actually love Casey and the Sunshine Band, my wife is taking me tomorrow. So we're pushing coaching to today. Okay, just letting you guys know. S&P and NASDAQ is 10 ticks, 40 ticks, and NASDAQ is 4 ticks, 16 ticks. Who's new in the room here today, guys? Who wants to say hi to me? We have guys, I'm yapping away. 109, repair time. We have a reversal ticket, right? And I'm going to repair this with you. I'm going to go. So I was one large on the initial trade, which actually, I don't need a repair time. Fuck, I forgot. I don't need a repair time. This trade actually got done. But this is actually a legit trade the other way, the short trade. And actually, this is a legit trade into the 102 account. So we're gonna go. I'm just waiting for this thing to trade. Sorry, I got totally confused. I thought I got stopped out. Okay, we're gonna watch this trade. This is a legit counter trend trade. 2 seconds. Nope, it's not. This is why we wait. You see this? It retraced all the way out and did not close at the lows. or below the lows of the prior candle, so therefore not a signal. And that saves us, again, diagnosis. It saves us possibly a stop out. That's the beauty of the dot indicator. Just like Tom Brady, you read the defense. Read the defense, and act when you have the signal, and don't act when you don't have a signal. That's literally the key to winning. Look at this. This is how I know it's Boomer Town over here. Everybody says they love Casey and the Sunshine Band, right? I mean, come on. Who doesn't love wind instruments from the 1970s, right? And 80s. Hi, Multi. What's going on here? Where are you from, Multi? What part of the world are you from? Who else is here from, like, who's new? Say hi to me, please. And tell me what part of the world you're from. Love to know. In the meantime, still watching this NAS. And if this goes red now, then it's going to be a signal for us. So just again, we're watching the NAS. You see how the market is starting to hold. I will say one thing. What happened here? Oh, severe weather alert. Ugh, man. Africa, nice. Africa is a big place, my friend. Where are you from in Africa? Well, let me ask you this: do you speak French or do you speak English as your first thing? And then I can try to guess where you're from. No signal. Hi, Lee. How are you? Nancy is from Ontario. Very nice. English. So, are you from South Africa? Multi-twins? No signal. NAS is kind of, bottoming out a little bit. Nigeria. All right, that would have been a pretty good guess on my part too. Very nice. Welcome abroad. Welcome aboard. Welcome abroad. So just looking for SIGs right now. Everything is very, very flat. Markets are kind of chilling out over here. Nothing on the board. We made a little bit of money in gold, just kind of cowboying, but in a proper way. The whole idea. Remember, what we're looking for is trend, momentum, slope, acceleration. Trend, momentum, acceleration. That's really what we're looking for. Trend, momentum is a dot, acceleration is slope. Those are the three components of price movement that make the difference between winning and losing. Out of curiosity, why not use trailing stops on these? Oh, you could. I just do the way I trade, and the way sort of my approach to trading is, I want to do repeatable, clean trades multiple times a day. I'm going to talk about that in coaching today. There's some really, really interesting trade structures that I've been working with on my own accounts that I'm going to share with you guys in coaching that I think you'll find very interesting, where you could use incredibly small risk capital to achieve remarkably big profits per day, shockingly big profits per day, by doing just repetitive action, by doing lots of repetitive action. Thinking up, what does that mean? Coaching is recorded. Yes, coaching is always recorded. Hi, Tapella from Botswana. Nice to have you. Welcome. This is a purely anecdotal observation, but I'm really curious. Everybody who's from Africa, what the fuck is going on? Like, I have never seen so much trading interest out of Africa recently. Is prop trading something that is big on social media there that people have started to really pay attention to? Because so many people are suddenly really interested in prop trading out of Africa. I'm just wondering, like, how did this whole trend develop? If you guys have any thoughts, I'd love to know. Good morning, Roland. How are you, man? Where are you from? Oh, you thought it might break to the upside? No. This is gold, right? So we're watching gold. Gold is nowhere near a potential setup, but it's kind of it's interesting as it's kind of just working its way through the structure. Nasdaq is down. Sell. Oh, geez, that was so super fast. I'm sorry, guys. Do you see how fast that was? Let me see something. Yeah, that was super fast. That was we made 5 points in less than a second. You see where it goes 0 to X? That was a super, super fast trade in NASDAQ right now. I was just not paying attention. But this is a classic structure we have. We have the purple dot, red dot, which is momentum, trend, and acceleration. The slope got really, really red. But, it's also very, very choppy. So this was a counter trend trade that I put into my counter trend account. And then, this is like, again, I'm gonna beat this Tom Brady analogy to death, but it's so applicable because here's the thing. Tom Brady says, he's watching film game and he can just instantaneously, within 1/10 of a second, recognize a pattern and respond to the pattern properly, and then attack the defense. And that's the whole idea of, like, when you start to absorb the whole methodology of how we trade. You see me, I saw this. I didn't think for less than a microsecond, oh, this is a trade, boom, hit it. And that's the beauty of it, because once you see that, once you recognize the pattern, you can hit the trade. That's really how you want to be in trading. Once you get good at this particular pattern, the moment you see it, you can hit it really, really fast. And it's rare, but a lot of times it will actually just give you $100 or whatever, 5 points in NASDAQ in a matter of less than a couple of seconds, because you are at that perfect moment where everything is about to fall or everything is about to rise. Vincenzo, come vai? Hi, nice to see you. Thank you. NQ to 200. Is that 200? Yeah, 200 to support. Santiago, shouldn't I be trying to get funded in 4 trades? If I don't, I shouldn't do this, but I'm trying to get funded. I'll just try to buy now. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. You guys saw my video. I actually released the video today where I talked about it. It wasn't 4 trades. It was basically 6 or 7 trades, but it was a 90-minute cycle on Friday where I just got myself funded. And not only is it totally doable, I've done this a lot of times. I've done this at least 10 different times. So it's totally viable if you just focus on this pattern, and you catch this. The best time to do this would be like now to 11, or when I did it, which was like around, I think it was 1300 hours to 1430 hours, 1 p.m. to about 3 p.m. New York. The markets were moving, and catching the 5 points for $1,000 on NASDAQ 3 times in a row is pretty easy, and that's how you get funded. Andy, speaking of interest now, prop, because it's tough to pass so many. I've started people like Boris. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Andy. But like it feels like the whole idea of prop trading must have just been really, really advertised in Africa, because All of a sudden, I see a lot of people from Africa coming in to want to prop trade. So if you see the triangle, you can wait for a candle to close, and then next candle, if the slope is good. Yes, it's literally on the candle. The candle closes, 0 seconds left. The first second of the next candle is when you go short, or the first second of the next candle is when you go long. The next candle is when you open a trade. You got to have, so if you look at this, let's look at this trade. Purple dot, red dot, candle closes. The moment it closes, I shorted it, right? I hit it hard, boom, it went down. You're from Boca, my friend? Really? Seriously? Nice. That's fun. So I'm sure you probably never go there, but if you're East European, in Boca on Glades Road, it's actually not, it's a little bit off Glades Road, it's to the left of Glades Road, like a little bit past, is this place called Russian Market, where, by the way, nobody speaks anything but Russian in the whole store. And if you're East European like me, it's like being home. It is like, oh my God, the best food ever. Ah, very nice. What are you trading these days? Or are you trading? Oh, Nancy. Interesting. Those are all really interesting points. Thanks for educating me. Your ex took you there. Okay, I will not go any further than that, but I'm sure it was fun while it lasted. I'll try. Right? Oh, everybody knows the Russian market in Boca. It's world famous. Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on in the world of gold here. Gold is still. Oh man, I missed my gold trade. I'm sorry, guys. Here's and this is on me. Just I'm kind of playing around with this with the alert system just so that I don't get crazy. I know you guys love to trade gold, so tomorrow or definitely by next week, I'm gonna set my alarms on gold as well, because this if I had the alarm set on gold, I would have been alerted to the fact that this is a short gold structure, right? Trend. We had a purple dot to red dot right over here. I would have been alerted to this. We would have been here, and I would have been able to make money. But I don't give a shit about gold. But that would have been a good trade. That would have been like a legit trade. Nas starting to come down. Where's the S&P? Where's the stop and peep? Okay, so again, not a setup. Again, this was a setup actually. Oh, GFAS, I missed this one too. We missed this one. This was a. Oh no, it was. We didn't miss it. It was Nasdaq, and let's do this. Let's have fun with this. I'm gonna go short this again. Not a setup, but it kind of works. You see how that worked really fast? Why did I go short on the setup? I'll be the first one to tell you this is not the classic diagnostic setup, but it's within the family of what I try and do. And if you want to cowboy your way, if you want to kind of, once you get comfortable with a setup and you want to cowboy your way for trades, it's not the worst thing in the world to do. But I would only do this. Which account did I do this in, by the way? Oh, I did this in 102. I was very lucky. I should have done this in my garbage account. These are what I call quality garbage trades. Oh, that's the name for these trades. We're going to call it quality garbage trades. That's the perfect name, right? Whoever is German in the room, give me the German translation for quality garbage trades. That means the trades that are really not part of the setup, but they still have a lot of quality to them. So why is this trade is not part of the setup? Only because we need a purple red dot, meaning that we want to come from high to low to get as much acceleration as possible in the price action. So in this particular case, we had two reds, one lower than the other. Legit, the slope is definitely red. Lots of momentum. You can hit it. The only danger of let me go to I have my little tool set here. So the only danger of doing like the two reds like this, right, is that sometimes you're going to just simply sell the bottom, right? You just, what happens is when you're starting from high, you have a long way to go to the bottom. When you're kind of starting lower, right, you're getting closer to spike bottom, right? Because if you've traded for a while, you always know there's always a spike bottom, and then it kind of retraces against you. And even if you're ultimately the trade does go down, that retrace, because we're hitting the retrace, is going to stop you out. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm basically just trying to avoid by not chasing these trades. But these quality garbage trades are not bad. They're not bad. It's a legit trade in your garbage account, as long as you understand that you can sometimes hit the spike bottom like this, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody sees what I'm saying? So Lee says she just did that with NQ. She kind of just she hit the NQ. By the way, I love this. How do you like my little wiggles? Yeah, see, here's NQ with a double red, and that's just what it is just it's an accelerant trade. But again, I really want to emphasize this 1,000 times over. The accelerant trade should really be done in the garbage account, right? It's a quality garbage trade, right? So that's the key thing. If you're being very, very strict about following stuff. Yes, NQ is below 200 SMA. We're turning negative trend, all the usual stuff that basically happens. Okay, I'm going to repeat myself again because we have a whole bunch of new people in the room, and I have a very special deal that you can only get from me. If you are an Apex customer already, you have an Apex account, here's how you can literally get accounts for virtually nothing. You're going to log into Apex. You're going to log into your Apex account. You're going to choose wealth charts only. This only works for wealth charts. Choose 50,000, choose 100,000, choose whatever you want, right? Type in, very important, BK save 90. That's what you need to type in. BK save 90. If you don't type in that, you won't get the discount. You hit this hard, you go next, and now the $50,000 account is a whopping $16. I paid more for my pancakes and Boca than buying this account, okay? And they were really good too. So do that. Now, if you're not an Apex customer, you've never, ever bought an account from Apex, and you want to buy prop accounts and have a lot of fun trading with me side by side for literally peanut money, for literally joke money, then go to Wealth Charts Apex, Control A Apex, right? Go over here and scroll all the way down to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. Choose any one of these things. Again, use the word BK Save, and this will be your first account, and it'll be your cheapest account. So you guys will be in really great shape either way you want to do this. Gold just keeps popping down, right? Let me see if I there we go. NASDAQ is negative trend. Again, we don't have a setup. I mean, we don't have a legitimate setup. But do you want to have fun? Should we go into let's go to my garbage account, my 109 account, right? And let's tempt the fate again. 43 seconds left on the clock. If this thing gives me a red dot, we'll tempt the fate again. Why not? We got nothing else to do. Might have a little bit of fun. Let's take a look at what the S&P is doing. S&P is still holding above 200. Interesting. So S&P if S&P stabilizes and starts to go green, it's going to give us a white dot, green slope. We might have a reversal trade in the S&P. Not holding my breath. But NASDAQ seems to, at least this 23,000, by the way, I've been watching it, has been kind of like by the dip zone the whole morning long. It's probably going to go. I think it's, it's going to go. The market really needs to have a little bit of a correction. I'd be shocked if it goes up, but it really doesn't matter. I don't forecast the market. I just forecast the next 5-minute trade. That's my job. Just like, again, my Tom Brady analogy. I'm not looking to win the game. I'm just looking to make a winning next play. Because how do you win the game? By making more winning plays than not, right? That's the key to playing the game. I'm really going to milk this fucking Tom Brady thing till you guys are sick and tired of it. But, you know, there's a reason why he's the GOAT. And I actually find sometimes the best advice in trading that I find comes from people who have zero things to do with trading. Most people who are like in trading and just giving you yappy bullshit, regurgitated advice that you've heard 1,000 times, you know, is useless. Most of the stuff that they tell you is really not interesting. So I always find like stuff from people who'd never traded but have a really strong sense of what it means to succeed in any discipline as kind of much more valuable. What does OGT stand for? Oh, quality, QGT. Yeah, QGT trades. Quality garbage trades. I love that. Yes, I think we need a t-shirt. All right, watching NAS. Maybe get a red dot here. It's got to drop below. What is this? Like 60. Let's see if I get a red dot here. I'm waiting very patiently on the close of this. I'm in my garbage account. Nope, no red dot. Just missed the momentum. So not enough there to push us a little bit lower. Markets are trying to buy the bottom a little bit. Let's see what gold is doing. So gold is starting to bottom out a little bit. From here to there could be, 10, 15 minutes before we get a legitimate, clean bottom signal where we have everything lined up. The white dots, the green dots, the slope. Just because this thing is turning up does not, in no way, shape, or form is this even remotely a buy signal just yet, right? What's the S&P doing? S&P just also dicking around, nothing doing much. Gal, how are you, my friend? Welcome aboard. If you guys are interested, I'll be at Wealth Charts, 12 o'clock noon, in about 2 hours. I'm going to talk about prop, why I love prop, why everybody should start doing it. Talk a little bit about what we do, and then maybe do a little bit of live trading. All right, should we have fun? This is S&P. Oh, maybe we should go to NASDAQ, because if S&P is coming down, I bet NASDAQ is coming down too. It's interesting. Okay, not really interesting. So S&P is printing red. Okay. Again, this is a quality garbage trade, not a trade. So I'm going into my quality garbage account, the 109 account, which, by the way, is almost getting all the trades today and is actually very nice and green. The irony of the whole thing. 14 seconds left on the clock. I got to see the red dot print. If it stays here, 6, 7 seconds left. We'll wait patiently. 2, 1. Yes, sell. Okay, I'm short this. Again, just shits and giggles. What's my target on this? God, the hardest part is just getting a target. It's 81. My target is 81, and I'm probably going to eat this one. Target, no. Oh yeah, look at this. I sold this, and this is exactly the perfect example of why I call it a quality garbage trade. This is not a trade that should be going into your regular account, because what I say to you, I said that the spike low risk is always the risk here, right? That we hit the spike low, right? It just kind of spikes out because it's already been selling. Now, we'll see. Maybe the trend is really starting to come down and the sellers are really going to start to accelerate through 200. Great. If that does, it works out, it's fine. But it's not a legitimate trade for the account, but it's a quality garbage trade. It's it's within the structure, but it's just late. That's all it is. It's just, it's kind of late. So we're looking for 81 if it comes back down. Otherwise, I'm not holding my breath. Let me see what. Gold actually looks relatively promising as a reversal trade. Again, what we would need to see, this is nowhere near close to where to what the account is at, but gold is starting to turn negative again, so that's fine. Right, S&P is just sticking around here in my quality garbage trade. I want to look at gold here. Look at this. Gold did not go red, fully red. So we'll see what happens here. So for gold to be a legitimate reversal trade, we need to see prices probably come up above these highs, turn the whole moving average green, and hold the highs. And if that's the case, then we have a legitimate belief that this is a counter trend quality trade, right? Nothing much going on over here. No, AKS benchmark, no EAs. Apex is a futures trading prop firm. They want you to trade manually because they want traders, to trade. They're not interested in paying out money to EAs. Okay, no, I don't think any futures firm ever allows algorithmic trading, because then that's not the kind of traders they're looking for. Oh, where'd I get my song? I actually generated it myself. It's on Suno. There's a AI thing. I actually I had the whole song done. All right, so gold is kind of interesting now at this point. And believe me, look at me. I'm in my 832 structure, right? So 8 target, 32 stop. If I get a green dot on gold, it's a legitimate buy. So the minute 40 on the clock, you see the little triangle starting to form. If this thing holds at these levels, we're good to go. So that would be the 102 account, which would be the proper counter trend account. $57 seconds left on gold. Let's see what it wants to show us. If we're at these levels, this is a legit counter trend long. $27 seconds, 25 seconds. The cool thing about this, you can actually really see how buyers and sellers are really trying to wrestle with each other and see who's got the power right now, right? 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're long here, and the target is going to be 35.7. Sort of a little bit of a shorter target. Let's see if I can make it, and maybe I can't. But it's definitely a legit trade here. Oops. All right, I'll leave this in gold. And no surprise, by the way, I think the ES, my little attempt at selling the lows here, just stopped me out on a retrace. And this is what I mean. This is why it's a garbage trade. It's a quality trade, but it's a garbage trade. The reason why is because you can be right on direction and still get stopped out on a retrace. That's why you don't do a trade over here. You do the trade from the top. That's why I have that rule. But it's fine. It's like the market kind of really starting to crash. We'll wait patiently until we get a legit signal, and go from there. What's my gold doing? Gold is still struggling. I need to see 35.7. Gold is kind of retracing back. Is this a legitimate bottom? Maybe. Oops. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to organize my chart here. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys want to have fun? Since this is the garbage account, we can have lots of fun with it. Let's do this. I'm kind of vibing this. Again, really not a trade, but I'm going to sell this. Why am I going to sell this? Lots of momentum to the downside. Am I going to get retraced out? Maybe, maybe I'm going to get totally beaten up in my garbage account, which I might be. Yeah, I'm just, I'm a glutton for punishment today on the garbage account. But the reason why I took it is because, again, huge move to the downside. But what's happening here? I'm getting totally killed on the retrace move. Just sort of a perfect example of what don't do as I do as I say example. Just this is why chasing momentum to the downside, sometimes it works really nicely, but very often it just goes right up your throat, which is exactly what's happening now. Fortunately, I'm trading very small size, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna eat all these losses on the garbage account because I'm basically selling the bottom as a result. All right, so now we're going to be like really patient and really wait for a legit setup account and then see what happens then. Looks like the gold trade did not work. Now that was a legitimate trend reversal trade, just did not work. So now we're going to stay very patient and see what the next trade, what the market offers us as a next trade. If this trade turns negative, we'll trade gold to the negative side. If it stabilizes and gives us another white green sequence, we'll go up there again and try to repair it. So not a this is actually the first trade in 2 days that is a legitimate trade that stopped us out. And of course it was in gold because I hate gold, but that was a legitimate setup. So be that as it may. Nice move in NASDAQ, but not a setup for us because this is a white dot, red dot, green dot, not, nowhere do we have the structure. Let's see what the S&P wants to do. Oh, S&P now. Okay, so now it gets kind of interesting. So now I'm in this is still my garbage account, right? Let's do this, ESU. So now I'm looking for a true trend setup. White dot, green slope. If I get that, I'm going to go, again, this is the garbage account that I'm trying to just basically repair, but I'm going to try to repair the garbage account right now. But this is a perfect example where you see I sold the bottom, right? I sold the bottom, and that's what happens if you're chasing the the quality garbage trades. We just didn't have any setups, so I kind of got quick question. Can we trade copy trade accounts? Yes. With the code after we pass, we still need to pay yes. With the monthly subscription. Well, Nancy, the way you would the only way you get the code, excuse me, the indicator is to be part of my coaching, which is like, here's the link to my coaching. Feel free to take it. And I'll have that link also available on Well Charts. But when you get your funded account, your PA subscription, opt for the lifetime subscription. It's a much better deal. You just pay one-time price. You never have to pay any subscription at all after that. So it's very it's very attractive. Okay, watching S&P, guys, because I sold the bottom a couple of times, trying to showboat in front of you guys. Let's see now if I actually get a genuine trend trade signal here, and if I do, we'll play it properly. This has to break the high over here. So far, no signal yet. Okay, minute 14 seconds left on the clock. Just want to look at gold for just 1 second to see what it's doing. Okay, gold is kind of very, very quiet. So by the way, why do we not trade gold? Is because it doesn't do anything after 10 o'clock, right? Gold is a great trade in Asia and early Europe when there's a lot of activity. But now it's just sticking around, and we need continuity to make our stuff work. So that's why I'm not I don't really love trade. I don't like trading gold, period. But like trading gold generally at this time of the day. Basically, if you're going to get killed by a genuine signal, the probability of it being in gold is much higher than any of the other instruments. Okay, no reversal trades so far in the S&P. 17 seconds left. It really needs to come up above, what is this level? 87. It's got to close above 87 in order for us to give to create a momentum signal. So far, no. 3 seconds left. Not doing anything. It's really going to have to. It's going to have to really recover hard. So for now, we're just going to wait patiently. Another minute left on gold on S&P, so nothing happening here. Gold doing nothing, and Nasdaq is Nasdaq also not doing anything. So we're just watching. We're just watching. I know, because first of all, ATR is always going to be giving you past signals, right? Like it's always you can tell if there's price move. Like ATR tells you nothing more than that something is volatile or not. Like there's a range expansion or there's range contraction. You can see that with your own eyes. I don't need ATR to calculate it for me. And secondly, it's really much more a function when we're trading futures, like we are on a day trading basis. Much more a function of knowing when it's most likely to have large price movements, when it's not. We're always looking for things things on I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, I got distracted. We're always looking for the optimal times when we can trade something, right? So what they're saying is the NQ signal is not right now. NQ signal is there's no signal here. A really interesting divergence between NASDAQ and S&P, right? And NASDAQ now just basically destroys this whole setup because we have a purple dot now. And, we're the long reversal setup is just not legitimate. NASDAQ is interesting right here as a trend trade. If this gives us a red dot, it's a red slope, red dot trade. But that's also NASDAQ is also not cooperating here. We seem to be finding a little bit of a support here, and markets are just not pushing any lower. So until they do, until we get a price signal out of them, we got nothing else to do. Actually want to look at S&P. I kind of want to. I'm gonna focus on the S&P right now because this is like a legit the reversal signal, and this is I'm still in my garbage account, and the reason. NASDAQ is giving me a sell sequence too. So we have like sell sequences in both accounts, although this one is not holding. Let's see if the NASDAQ sell sequence holds. I'm going to try to focus on NASDAQ and just see if I can get a sell sequence in NASDAQ and then execute that trade. Wait, hold on a second. This is the wrong size. This is ES, right? I don't want to do 5. Got to be careful. Oh, you know what's so cool about this? Look how cool this is. I didn't realize this. You could do a drop down. Look how nice this is. Instead of you could just literally just do a single change here. Gal, we're trading futures, so we trade in ticks. In ticks, it's 4 ticks, 16 ticks for the S&P, and 10 ticks, 40 ticks for NASDAQ. That's interesting. Thanks, GFOS. Thank you. Send me a screenshot of how that looks. I'm kind of curious. So where's NASDAQ? Getting a little bit of a turn signal. We're just, we're really, you can just tell. So the coolest thing about the indicator is when there's nothing to do, like for real, when there's nothing to do, you don't do anything. So like right now, if we were trying to trade this, we'd just be chasing our tail. Sell, get stopped, buy, get stopped, just chasing our tail because there's no directionality at all. We're just boom, stop, reverse all day long. Maybe, we'll start to rebuild the trend here. And if we do, it might be worthwhile for us to resume it. But until we see a signal here, nothing much to do. S&P just holding. What's gold doing with themselves? Oh, we missed another trade on gold. I'm sorry, guys. Gold had a really. I could have actually resolved this trade in gold. I think. Could I have? Yeah, I could have. We could have been short here. Yeah, I'm not chasing this trade anymore. But I missed this trade, and the reason why is because I just don't care about gold, right? I really don't care. I'll fix this trade sometime during the day when I get another signal and I'm focused on this. I'll repair this trade in gold. But this trade would have been fully repairable if, let me just sort of show you what would have been the proper trade here. If we took this, so we get stopped out over here. We wait for the next signal, proper signal. The proper signal is here. Red, double red slope, would have been short over here, and all we needed to do was just resolve it right here. Would have been a fully winning trade. I just wasn't paying attention, but it's fine because now I'm obsessed with the S&P and trying to repair the S&P. All right. 5 more minutes, then I got to run, guys. But, you know, you definitely got the gist of what I'm doing here. Oh, maybe we're turning red again. Maybe we're going to turn red again. Let's see. Actually, it might turn red again in NASDAQ too, right? No, NASDAQ is actually still straight up. Anybody trading gold? Did you guys resolve that trade when you were looking at it? Because I just really wasn't paying attention. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, so here's the setup. Also, not a totally clean setup, but because we're in the garbage trade, we can be a little bit more flexible. So remember, the whole idea here is, in a perfect world, we want to just take the beginning of a trend, because that's the highest probability of us, getting the explosion to the upside. So in this particular case, S&P does not have a white dot. Green dot has 2 green dots, but the slope is positive and it's relatively early in the trend. It's worth a shot here. So I will, if this thing holds here, I will take the trade. No, it's basically, we just offer coaching and trading. Trade the indicator as part of coaching. It's just, it's really more about coaching and hanging out with us, and the indicator just is part of it. So you can do it the same way. Look at this. It gives up trend, which is a perfect example of why I wait for signals. But I've seen this 1,000 times where it kind of like dips, and then it goes green, and then it actually shows positive momentum. So I'm not gonna overtalk this, but no, the trend does not show up. NASDAQ, S&P really not showing any trend here. I missed the NASDAQ space. Let's do this. Buy market. So this is a legit NASDAQ signal. And you see, I just did not hesitate. When I see a legit signal, I just don't hesitate. The target is 30. I don't even know what the target is. I can't see this. My biggest problem is stretching out these 450 on the NASDAQ. So I'm in this trade on 450. Let's see if it wants to do anything. And we're done. Again, clean, legitimate, good trade. Totally. This is a counter trend trade. Totally worked fine. The only thing that I did was, this was in the garbage account. This should have been in the counter trend account, but that's fine. A lot of these trades I'm just doing with you guys for demo purposes, because obviously when I'm focusing myself, when I focus myself, I only trade NASDAQ. I only trade trend, counter trend, and I don't do anything else. So if you do that, you're really going to do well. But I'm doing lots of different things here to kind of give you a flavor of what's going on. Let's take a look at the S&P. See, S&P is still dicking around. S&P really can't get up off the thing. So there's another example, by the way, of how do I choose my structures given all of the rules that we have here. Under the present condition rules of pure trend momentum acceleration structure, the best instrument in my opinion is NASDAQ. The second best is S&P. Third best is gold. That's how I would rank all of them. So now here's S&P possibly looking negative to us, right? So we have first candle is purple. If I get a red dot candle on the close, I have the slope already red. I want to be short this thing. So let's see if we can do. I'm going to do one more trade with you. Capello, when you sign up with us, you're going to get access to all of our tools, to the to all of the on-demand lessons, and then to live coaching with me, which happens every single week, and it's going to happen tonight. Usually it happens on Thursday nights, but we're going to do it tonight. So you get a really full hands-on experience for 6 months, not for 1 month, not for 2 months, not for 3 months, but for full 6 months, because that is the sweet spot that I found to achieve success with people who want to trade, right? If you want to be serious, it takes 6 months to kind of really, really learn the craft well enough so you can do it on your own. So that's the game plan. Gold is a real sucker bet. I don't even know what it's doing. What's gold? No, gold would have been gold is actually a trade, right? Oh, hold on a second. Gold is a legit. Oh, wow, no, you're right. Gold really kind of sucks. You know what? Fuck gold. I'm just not going to bother with it. I kind of I'm looking for the S&P because I want to see if I get a sell signal in the S&P. S&P really is also like you will see that it's really, really easy to see when you should not be trading, right? The single cleanest signal that nothing that you're going to do is going to work for you is when you get super flat, super non-directional movement. I saw somebody talk about this in a YouTube video where they actually created a AI agent, and the whole AI agent was market makers. And if it's market makers trading between market makers, that's what you get. You get zero movement. Everybody just simply, nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to sell. They're just making bid offers all day long. What you need is interest from the public one way or interest from the public the other way. And right now, there's no interest from the public. It's just professionals trading amongst each other. That is the worst thing for us, right? Because we're looking for public interest, because public interest means continuity. Continuity means profits for us. We're always trading continuity. So like this kind of price action is just garbage. We absolutely have no interest in it. I'm just trying to. I'm going to let this candle complete just to see if it gives me a signal. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to go, guys, because I got to get ready for wealth charts. I could do this with you all day long. Sticking around. It's really, really sticking around. S&P is the ultimate tease trade today, right? A little bit short, a little bit long. The great thing is, you know what I love about my indicator is it doesn't fall for the tease, right? It does not fall for the tease. What's NAS doing? Somebody's saying NAS. NAS has another potential trade here. Yes, another potential trade, to the upside. If you get a green dot, but yeah, look at that. NAS is actually working. What's the S&P doing? S&P also. Okay, this is my little Don Quixote today. I'm going to focus on the S&P. NASDAQ is a legit trade too, but so is the S&P. Let's just see if this candle gives it to us. And if it is, I'm just going, 1 mini on the S&P here to see if I can make this trade. Wow, look at this. We're starting to pop. There we go. Can we get some movement? 45 seconds left. Still a long time. This signal may disappear, but if they can hold it at these levels, this is where we go. And the signal disappears. S&P teases us again. Nice big tease. 9-10 seconds. No trade, unfortunately. All right. We will just be patient. Maybe the next one, maybe the next couple of candles. We'll see how this goes. The point is, wait until you get the signal, right? Guys, I'm going to see you if you guys join me at Well Charts at 12 noon. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful night, or I'll see everybody in coaching tonight. Oh, Santiago got funded. Good for you, my friend. All right, that's the best news today. Look at that. Let's give the man a hand. Santiago has been trying hard to get funded. He's literally one of the newest members. Has been working so hard. Chicken, winner, chicken dinner, my friend. I'm going to give you everything. I'm giving you the coins, the dollars, the chicken. Very, very nice. Really, really great job. Super, super, super. We'll talk about it tonight if you come hang out with us in coaching. But really, really good job. Let's give him a congrats. Nice job, Santiago. Everybody's been pulling for you, and you did a great job. Great. I'm so glad that we're able to help you. Okay, my friends, I got to run. Everybody see you in Well Charts. Everybody enjoy. Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care.